let's talk about some of the new features for adjusting the clip block, the range of start and end times for your clips. There's some new features in version 1.1.1 that I want to go over in this video. And so what I've done here is I've used the automatic commercial break detection to break up this video into the commercial blocks and so there's the commercial blocks and the stingers, the station stingers and stuff, and then the actual movie itself, Gaslight in this example. And then there's another commercial block with some other videos and then goes back into the programming. So it's detected these and it's done a pretty fine job of it. I've color coded them pretty obnoxiously to show the green is all of the commercials that are within kind of the 30-second range of your standard commercial that I might want. The blue are the times outside that up to 2 minutes long. These are more of the station stingers and other types of advertising. And then the larger programming blocks are longer than 2 minutes, are just colored with the clear default blank kind of quality. The thing that I want to show off specifically is when you're clipping your videos, if you select, let's just select any of the video, you can change the range of the start time and end time with these arrows on the edges. This adjusts the end time and this adjusts the start time. And you can shift where it's starting by 1, 10, and 100 frames, or you could set where it starts based upon the cursor itself. And so we can cut it right there and set it at the cursor, and you can see it kind of snipped it and expanded it out. Well, when you're doing that, like I just cut out some, let's actually cut it even more aggressively so it's a little more obvious to see. We'll snip it there. I've just cut out the commercial of where I truly want it to be, but there's a bit of a break here. There's this gap here. Now let's pretend when it was going through and clipping the commercials, it clipped after where the true black frame was that you want to keep it, and it included some previous commercials. So you've gone in here and you've actually cleaned it up, and let's just pretend this was truly where the black frame was starting from this commercial, and this is where you want to capture it. Well, this one is now doesn't have enough of its black. There's some missing bit, and you can extend that out. Now, to extend out the end time of 1 into 2, because we know that 2 is now the correct one, we can change the end time, and this snap to next clip allows you to just fill up that gap and snap to the next clip that's adjacent to the currently selected clip. Likewise on the start time, if we went into 2 again, if that gap, actually we'll undo it, and we'll go into 2 now, and let's say 1 was the correct clip and 2 was a little short, which it currently is because I just cut it. So again, we can snap to preceding clip and get that gap exactly where we want it, knowing that 1 has the correct end time. So you can clean up your bounds of your clips relative to the other clips by using this button, as well as going in and manually adjust things. Like this is a good end point and a good start point. It may alter the gaps in here and you want to clean that up yourself. This is how you do it. So you can see that we have a 30-second commercial here, and then a 6-second station stinger, and then more commercials. Now let's say I wanted to only keep the commercials. You could delete these and go through and have your commercials. Like I've said, I've colored it green so you can find them easily and you can remove the ones you don't want. But let's say I'm going to undo. Well, I guess I can only undo that one. I'll have to look into that. I should have been able to undo a bunch, and so that I would kind of consider a bug, or maybe a feature. It would be nice to be able to continue to undo the previous ones that I had done, which would be a great time to point out that if you contact me through Apple's test flight that you downloaded this app in its beta, there's buttons allowing you to send feedback, and you can send me some feedback and say, hey, this would be a really cool feature if we could have the undo extend beyond this. You can explain to me what you just went through, and I'll look into it and I'll add it. And that's exactly what this next feature does, which, let's say you actually wanted to save off this commercial block as a single file. Absorb preceding clips, and this is available both at the as the start clip and end clip controls. Absorb next clip. But what it does is it merges clips together. And so depending on which clips you want to merge, from which clip you think is the best clip that you want to keep, but you want to absorb the others, may depend on whether you're extending from, say, this last one and you want to absorb up into the previous ones. If that's the case, then you're actually desiring to take the start time of these clips and extend them up to the start time of this clip. So that would be under the start time, absorb preceding clip, where you take the clip and you're absorbing the ones before it. So by clicking that, if you look over here as I'm doing that, you can see it now consumes it and deletes the old one, but you'll see the commercial block here will extend into the bounds of those previous ones as it was deleting it. And so it's merging your clips from there. Now you can also go for the end time. If you wanted to absorb the clip, the next clip after it, you can do the same thing and it'll absorb the next clip. And I'm just going to undo that. But now I have a commercial block of just the commercials between these programs, and so I can go ahead and delete these programs and have, purely this commercial block. Has the stinger there and a couple commercials, some news segments, Universal Chairman. Love these commercials. So anyway, that's what these new features are. And the absorb feature was feedback that I got through test flight from one of the beta test users. And so thank you so much for that suggestion. It wasn't something that I'd really thought of, because previously you were just kind of clipping manually yourself and making your own clips. And so it was kind of up to you when you're doing it to decide what you wanted. And I did know, okay, I want to adjust the times maybe a little bit and extend, be able to extend it a few frames and just get exactly where I want. But it didn't occur to me to absorb the other clips until I introduced this new feature of automatically clipping segments. And what happens when this gets a little too aggressive and clips too much and breaks even a commercial into multiple files or multiple clips. I really did need a way to merge these back together easily. And so I really appreciate that feedback. It worked really well with this paradigm of the start and end, adjusting the start times and end times of the clips itself and adding these features in. So that's some of the new features in the latest version, thanks to user feedback. And again, Video Barbershop is available for free in beta through Apple's test flight system. The link is in the description of the YouTube channel. So I really appreciate you downloading it, using it, and sending me feedback. Thank you so much.